What's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this picture is that this line is not parallel to where my feet are aiming and represents most people's swing path. They take the club back, they swing down, over, and across. The golf ball starts to the left of where they're aiming and usually slices back into the fairway or further off to the right, sometimes out of bounds or into the water. How do I fix this slice? How do I fix this path? We need to do the opposite. That's right. We need to make that club swing, instead of over and down, we need to make it swing under and across. To practice this, a good drill is to hit balls that are in the back of your stance, because that's where the golf ball is going to be best struck with such a swing path that will correct the natural motion that most golfers have, which is what we call over the top. Very much an axing type of shaped swing. It's a powerful swing. It's like chopping wood. This is not normal. This is not very much a powerful feeling, so it doesn't happen very often. However, it is the opposite of what is natural for most people, which is this over-the-top swing. The more you practice swinging like this, hitting golf balls in the back of your stance, the more likely you're having yourself to develop the motor skill and habit of the club coming down on the line towards the target. What I mean by on the line towards the target, I set up for the golf shot, and the line that I'm talking about, including this one towards my target, we look at a swing plane or swing path line on video, which is dictated by this shaft. So as I take the club back and down, right before impact, halfway down, I can see that my club is on line or parallel to that swing line, to where I want the ball to go, that target line. This is the ideal swing path. Comes into impact and exits on the same line. But if our habit is to be aimed to the right and swing down the line, that becomes a steep swing and one that's not really desired. Deeper divots tend to take place, and we don't get the hands to be able to work the way they're supposed to, especially the way the club is designed. So that being the case, what we want to do is we want to fix this habit by setting up for golf balls and maybe aim a little bit to the left. Have my body more towards the target instead of perpendicular to the swing line. Open your body up a little bit. And if I have that golf ball 90 degrees from my target line, right to the core of my stance, no matter how far I aim to the left, if I keep that stance and I keep a 90-degree ball position from this target line, it's going to be a good ball position for me to swing down the line. As you can see, the club is still swinging down the line, but relative to where my feet are aimed, the club is coming from behind me instead of what is very natural for most golfers to come over in front of them. This is what golfers end up doing with their feet, aiming to the right, having the shoulders aimed at the target, and swing down the target line, again producing that undesirable steep swing that doesn't allow the hands to roll. When you get that club to come from behind or on the line of path that we're looking for, or on the swing plane line, then the hands can do a rolling action that we want them to do. Otherwise, when the club comes over and down, the only way to get that club to the ball is by releasing the hands this way, which tends to keep the club face open, loses distance because this angle is lost early, which we've talked about before in our bullet number 1 for lag. We lose the lag, and we tend not to have a very high finish. The hands can't roll that way. this action becomes a soft shot in tennis, or that soft shot in ping pong. It becomes a soft shot in golf. So we can hit the golf ball that way, but it tends not to go very far and ends up being a slice. So the drill and the exercise we're looking to do is make that golf ball 90 degrees on the line to the target, right to our core. Keep the core position, aim a little bit to the left, have my body more facing the target, and now you can hit that golf ball. And that's going to promote a swing that comes from the inside. From a frontal view, we're still talking about the path and the club face. Now that you've looked at the path from a behind perspective, we want to take a look at how that can impact the club face as the golf swing is taking place with a good path, or one that's coming more from under the plane or on the plane instead of over and down hitting some of these frontal balls. We're looking for one to come on plane or slightly under plane that's more likely to hit these back balls. Hence the drill that I've given you: put the golf ball in the back of your stance and hit some golf balls where they might go. So those of you who slice the ball might not feel comfortable with hitting a golf ball that's in the back of your stance, knowing it's going to start to the right, because your balls go to the right anyhow, meaning that it would go further right. I understand the issue. However, when you get that golf club to come over and down, as I told you, this swing tends to create a motion of the hands that is like this with the wrist instead of one that's like this. We want the hands to do this for the swing. Notice if I do come down and over, again, where does the golf ball have to be in order for me to hit it? Somewhere here in the front of my stance. So your exercise that I gave you as you watch from behind is to hit that golf ball in the back of your stance, which is going to promote the club to need to come from behind and change that path. If your path is over and you exaggerate the under, you'll get somewhere down the middle, which is what we call on plane, right down the line. That's what we're looking for. Once you've accomplished this exercise and you've done a lot of these drills where you're swinging underneath this path and from behind your body, then your hands are in a position to be able to do this. This is the same thing as that top spin in tennis, that top spin in ping pong. The power move is right here. In the bullet point number 1, we talked about the lag, which is going to give you distance. And when you're in this position, the club can still hit the golf ball, the hands can continue to rotate, and then you're going to get the distance you deserve. So as the hands are relative to the club face, we want to make sure that the club's coming from the right angle in order to let them roll. Otherwise, if the club is coming down and across, the hands are going to have to do this just to get the club on the ball, which becomes an automatic response. It's going to slice for you. So instead, we'll set this golf ball up where we get a little bit of lag, and you'll see the hands roll, and then you're also going to be able to get your arm extension because of the way the club is coming into the golf ball and what it's allowing the rest of the swing to do. And it looks like this. Thanks for joining us here at the Golf Gym, located at the River Club at State Road 70 and I-75. Feel free to call me at 941-350-2999. I look forward to helping you. Have a great day.